I'm Dave J, and I'm the Inclusion and Innovation Builder at Shopify. So my team is responsible for developing and executing our diversity and inclusion strategies. One of the things we do differently is that we take a holistic approach. So we don't focus on just the big ticket items that everyone knows about: race, gender identity, sexual orientation. But we look also at those acquired bits as you go through life. So for example, languages, geography, where you might have grown up, your socioeconomic background. When we account for those things, we are able to make smarter teams, people who bring different perspectives, and put all of that together. That's how we can make commerce better for everyone.
I hardly ever think day to day about being part of the LGBTQ plus community because I don't feel the need to think about that a ton in my day to day. It's much more about what perspective I bring to the table and less about my sexual orientation. So I would love for that experience to be more broadly experienced by people in the community where their identity doesn't have to be so tied to their sexual orientation.
As an inclusion and innovation builder, what's something that you think managers at other companies can do to make their workplaces or their teams more diverse and more inclusive?
There are a few things. One is creating that space for conversation. I think a lot of the times people are afraid to engage on the subject because diversity and inclusion can sometimes be complex. And so people think they need to have all the information, use the right language, and they're afraid of the repercussions if they fumble and make a mistake. So it's just lean into that discomfort and just be part of the conversation.
In terms of people that are LGBTQ and maybe just starting their career and they're not really sure the kinds of companies to look at or the best way to go about it, what's any advice that you would have for them?
I would say if you're starting out in tech, there are so many groups and meetups that you can connect with. So I would encourage people to seek out groups that they feel comfortable being themselves in. And so that could be LGBTQ plus groups. Like when I was first coming out, I was in accounting and finance. And so for me, I found a lot of community through groups like Out on Bay, Pride at Work. It was a really great way to meet people as I was figuring out who I was and like establishing my own identity.
I continue to preach and echo a message of exposure. Get to know the people you don't normally spend time with, engage different communities, and commit to building real relationships and ensure that engagement is continued. That's the only way we're going to create a society that is more inclusive, when we really get to understand other people around us.